Hey everyone, welcome back to SheSpark, where empowering conversations unfold. But most of my conversations are online, so why am I wearing a mic? Well, that's because I'm very excited to announce that this episode of SheSpark is our very first in-person conversation with the most amazing and inspiring guest, Tima Deole, a blogger and community activist. Tima and I share a wonderful conversation about very important topics in today's world, such as fast fashion and cultural identity, which is why I am wearing a beautiful sari, and so is Tima. Tima's page on Instagram, called Soiree of Saris, is, as you guessed, focused on saris. But that's not all she does. She partakes in community work and gives back to both her community in America and India through cancer walks and donations and supporting and lifting the small businesses around her. While her page has amassed an impressive 30K followers, Tima refuses to call herself an influencer. Why is that? And why is what she does so important? Well, let's get into it in this episode of SheSpark. Hi everyone, welcome back to SheSpark. Today's guest, I'm very excited to announce, is our first in-person guest, Tima Deole. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Ankitha. I am just in awestruck when I saw Ankitha just now, a few
Oh
minutes
my god.
back, and she's draping a sari. Can you imagine a young girl draping a sari? Love it, Ankitha.
Well, we get inspiration from pages like yours, right?
Thank you so much. You're very humble to say that, but I think it's so much to learn from young girls and young energy, and I feel it is so infectious.
Thank you.
I'm already infected by your aura.
But before we start, you were telling me the most amazing story about the sari you're wearing, so I want everyone to be able to hear that. So
Definitely. So I chose to drape handmade kalamkari sari. The handmade, it is said, because it is hand spun, one thing. Another thing is, if you see the designs, it's all hand painted, and the colors are like organic. They are made out of pomegranate juice, tea bark, leaves, bitter leaves, And to sustain this color and retain those colors, it is washed in cow's milk. So it is said that the sari, to be really made like this, needs at least 17 to 23 steps. And then the sari is made. It is a kalamkari sari. Right. And kalamkari means hand painted, that is kalam, and kari means the art. So that's why it is called kalamkari sari.
And that really shows that saris are so much more than just something we wear, right?
Absolutely.
And oh my god, tell them about the smell.
Sure. And when I came, I was asking Ankitha, do you smell like ghee or clarified butter? And she said, yes, I do smell. The reason was it is washed in cow's milk.
Yeah, I was blown away when I smelled that. I was like, she can't be serious.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
my God.
And if it is not cow smell, milk smell, it is not original kalamkari.
Interesting.
And that's the real way to test. Like, sometimes it happens, like people just make a print out of it, and it's very easy. Like, not everybody is having that affordability, because these handmade sarees are, of course, more expensive. So to how to like clarify, like, whether it is a pure kalamkari or just a print it with the smell. So if it smells cow's milk or ghee or clarified butter, it is a original kalamkari.
That's so cool. I'm gonna start sniffing all my saris now.
Yes, yes, you have to. You have to.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I want to hear a little bit more about how you started your page. So Tima has an amazing page on Instagram that focuses on saris and different types of saris, and it's just so amazing. So I want to hear a little more about how you started that.
Sure. So saris was always a part of my life journey, especially when my mom passed. I thought, I used to miss her a lot. And I thought, whenever I was draping a sari, I feel so complete. I just used to feel she's around me. And that's the time when pandemic hit all of us. We were going back to our passion, the things we love, because we all had so much time. Then I thought, let me start writing about my saris. And I started posting about my saris, how they are made, what is the adventure behind the sari. Every sari has a story. And why did I get it? Like, how did I, and why did I buy it? So that's the reason I started penning down. It was just, initially, it was just pictures. And when the world of social media changed, we all
Mhm.
went into audios and
Yep.
videos and a lot of things coming
Mhm.
up. So I started making more of a school, like, how the sari is, like what the sari is, how to identify those saris, because we have putting our hard earned money, we need to have the original sari. Of course, we all can wear different types of saris, but my page is predominantly for handloom saris.
Mhm.
The reason being, just a handloom blogger, was to give more work to the artisans back in India.
Mhm.
And also, handloom is a very easiest sari to maintain.
Mhm.
If they are handloom, they're easy to maintain. The
Yes.
reason I'm saying is, immediately if you fold it, they'll just retain their own size. They are not like, the threads are not going to move because it
Mhm.
is all hand spun.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I started with the handloom sari blogging. And now we are here, a community
And
now.
now you are here with 30K people watching you.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes I feel, because the number of people or number of followers doesn't matter at all.
Mhm.
I feel like we are just showing what we love, and Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube is such a good platform
Mhm.
that we find all like-minded people.
Yeah.
I feel social media gives you such good exposure
Mhm.
to the way we met, right?
Yeah.
And it is so incredible. And when I saw you in a sari, I was like, wow, a young girl can drape saris so beautifully. It is amazing, Ankita. It is amazing
Thank
what
you
you're
so
doing.
much.
It is so
But
good.
I truly think that I am so fortunate to be an Indian American in this era because see, I'm always on TikTok. It's actually a problem. I'm always on TikTok, right? But I see so many people like they're influencers that I follow. Their whole page is kind of like yours, like
Yeah,
focused on saris, right?
yeah,
But they're draping the sari not in a traditional way, but like ways that fit like Western clothing. They're wearing
yes,
them out with their Western tops, and
yes,
it's gaining so much traction in America now, and
yes.
that's why I feel confident enough to go out in my ethnic wear, right?
Wonderful. And
Yeah.
of course, when we say about sari, there's no size in sari.
Mhm.
There is no S, M, L, or XL in sari. Anybody can, and everybody
Mhm.
can drape a
Mhm.
sari. It's just a drape. It has
Yes.
no sari. You can just get a crop top, as you said, and
Mhm.
drape around it. You can just wear a leggings and drape around it. So
Mhm.
I think it's more universal and the most humble
Yes.
attire in human history.
Yes.
The reason I'm saying is, as soon as you drape a sari, you will have a shape and you will be so confident in your own skin. I think that's the one thing I love about
I
saris.
totally agree.
It's very adaptable.
Yes.
Very adaptable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you have a presence on social media, right? Like your Instagram page, that's how you build your community, right?
Yeah.
How has that helped you do things that you think are important for the community?
Definitely. So giving back to community was always my goal.
Mhm.
Even before the social media came, I was always a volunteer to some
Mhm.
or the other organization, working with the kids or working with artisans around. And when, especially as I said before, when social media came into the picture, we were very easily accessible to a lot of same or like-minded people.
Mhm.
You just like have to type or
Yeah.
keywords,
Yes.
right? Just
Hashtags.
hashtag
Mhm.
keywords and you will find the people so easily. I think that's the best thing we, as a social media bloggers, or I'll say blogger more,
Mhm.
because I always believe in slow fashion. And that's why I don't call myself an influencer. I'm not an influencer, because one thing I want to talk to all the influencers or listeners here, that if you are saying you're an influencer, make sure that you are influencing people in the right direction.
Wow.
You have such a big platform in your
Mhm.
hand,
Mhm.
you have a wand, I'll
Yeah.
say, and people are following you. Please show them the real picture of life.
Mhm.
Please show them sustainability. Please
Mhm.
show them the recycle. We can do a lot of recycling.
Mhm.
So that's why when sari comes, sari is the most slow fashionist, I'll say, attire,
Mhm.
because a sari you can wear from your grandmother, from 20 years back, from
Yep.
50 years back, and they will be still same. So I think that's my go-to, lesson
Mhm.
to the young generation, like,
Mhm.
or the bloggers or
Mhm.
influencers or the TikTokers like you, that I think we are the draping sari is the most sustainable,
Mhm.
slow fashion movement too.
So you
Yeah,
did say slow fashion a couple times. I did want to touch on that because you're
sure,
also part of an organization for that,
sure,
right?
yeah.
Could you explain a little bit more about what slow fashion is?
Sure, definitely. So, slow fashion movement is a world fashion movement.
Mhm.
So, a lot of bloggers, influencers, they came together, and I'm one of the panelists for them.
Mhm.
And we work together about like giving a month where we are not buying any clothes. Let's take a pledge. Let's not
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah.
Let's recycle it.
Mhm.
Let's reuse it. right? And sometimes just changing some small accessories, wear with the different earrings, wear with
Yeah.
something different, and you will look different to that. So
Yes.
that's how it came, because when we are buying these fast fashion things, of course they're wonderful to see,
Mm-hmm.
they're wonderful to look into,
Yes.
but then what are we doing to the environment? What are we doing to the people who are working around
Mm-hmm.
it? It gives a lot of employment.
Mm-hmm.
I totally understand that,
Mm-hmm.
but are those employees paid well?
Yeah.
No, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not paid well.
Mm-hmm.
So and then it hurts my heart. I was like, no, I can't just go and keep buying the fast fashion thing. Let's
Yeah.
try to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
So I slow down myself. I tried to drape sari to my kids'
Mm-hmm.
graduation, to
Mm-hmm.
the parties, and then I thought, I don't need to go and buy some expensive dresses because
Yeah.
I have sari in my closet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, as you said, we can style it in different way.
Mm-hmm.
Let me style it more
Yeah,
fashionable.
they're so
Yeah,
versatile.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then let's go in a different hairstyle, maybe
Yeah.
like every time, and give you a different look,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's why slow fashion is very, very
Yes.
important. And when they asked me to come as a panelist, I was so honored.
Mm-hmm.
And we do meet a lot of young influencers, young bloggers, and we talk about sustainability. We talk
Mm-hmm.
about how to recycle. There are very good people for DIYs.
Mm-hmm.
People show how to reuse your same fabric.
Mm-hmm.
So I just follow them on Instagram. They are so good.
Yeah,
They all are
that's
doing incredible job.
it's very important.
Yes.
You actually reminded me. I did read. I forgot where I read it. I think some magazine. I think a year ago. I read. Shein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess how many tons of carbon waste they're putting in the air?
No idea.
60 million per year.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's humongous.
Yeah.
That's totally good.
Mm-hmm.
Like
So.
unbelievable. I'm
Yeah.
sure it gives a lot of employment to the
Mm-hmm.
developing countries or
Mm-hmm.
underdeveloped countries.
Mm-hmm.
But I think slowly, if we just come to a point, okay, buy from Shein. I'm not against of Shein or all the fast fashion. I'll just say, be sure, like you're not just spending like widely and just
Mm-hmm.
washing it once or twice and throwing it back.
Yeah.
Try to reuse it.
Yeah.
Buying is good.
Mm-hmm.
We all want to buy. We all want
Yeah.
to make ourselves happy.
Yes.
I'm sure, like whenever we are sad, and if you buy something,
Retail therapy.
yeah, and we feel so happy. Oh, I have something to wear to the office tomorrow, right? And it's fun. It's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But is
it's
it
really.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to think about it. Like,
Mhm.
is that good to do it,
Mhm.
or but sometimes to make yourself happy is fine, but not every other day.
Mm.
I think not every other
Yeah.
day.
I think what you said about reusing and restyling things is
Mm-hmm.
very important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about more about what you do with your page, the cancer walk, right? Could you tell us a
Sure.
bit more about that?
Sure. So when I was talking about the NGO work I was doing,
Mhm.
I got to connect with some of the very good organizations called ACOM USA,
Mhm.
or I also got connected with Robin Hood Army, which is in India, and I also work with small NGOs here also.
Mhm.
So recently, during October month, October is a breast cancer awareness. So me and one of my friend, Varsha Naik, she came into a thought like, let's have a sari walkathon, and it has to be a pink because October is pink,
Yes.
because breast
Yes.
cancer theme is pink.
Yes.
And we all walked. We just gave some small amount of money as a registration fee,
Mhm.
and we did a walkathon for that. And we did a small walkathon, and the money we raised, we gave it to RWJ Breast Cancer Awareness Center, where
Mhm.
it was used to just for the patients to commute for the chemos
Wow.
and for radiation,
Mhm.
because even that is an expense, right?
Yeah.
Coming to the hospital is an expense too.
Yes.
So the money we raised, we gave it to them. So Sari, Walkathon, and breast cancer
Mhm.
work so well
Mhm.
because we all are attached. We all are women,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
So that is something the awareness has to be done.
Mm.
Because breast cancer doesn't see the age sometimes. It
Mm.
just can
Yeah.
attack anybody and
Yeah.
everybody. So getting the awareness, getting checked every 3 years or
Mhm.
2 years is very, very, very appreciable.
Mhm.
And when it came to sari, pink, and walkathon,
Mhm.
everything worked together.
Yeah.
And we have around 100 and 110 plus participants,
Wow.
and they all came. It was
Mhm.
cold weather in October,
Yeah,
but they all
October, New
came.
Jersey.
Yes, they all came, and we had so much fun to raise
Mhm.
fund for this
Mhm.
walkathon.
And I
And
think,
Mhm.
sorry, I think that's such a great way to get people to want to contribute too, right? Because of course we all want to donate. We all have that good in our hearts.
Yeah.
But then when you also add in the excuse to whip out your pink sari and walk
Exactly.
around.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's, and I should have also add up that a lot of men came.
Really?
They came into pink t-shirts because they wanted to support the cause, so they came
Mhm.
together, they helped us for the logistics also,
Mhm.
and my husband came. He helped. He was wearing a pink kurta and he was helping me in and out, putting the banners sometime or doing
Mhm.
all the back end work. But I think the best part of any kind of volunteering is it gives you immense satisfaction.
Of course.
I slept so well that night. I was like so overwhelmed about seeing all the participants coming in the morning
Mhm.
and walking with us and
Mhm.
raising funds.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yes.
Also, I work with Bijnor. It is called Robin Hood Army.
Mhm.
So once I did a sari auction, so
Mhm.
saris which I wasn't draping,
Mhm.
my daughter and we came up with a point. The sari started from $10 until $100, and whatever fund we raised for that auction, sari auction, we donated to Robin Hood Army. So that way what happened is, they got benefited of that.
Mhm.
And also sometimes I do other fundraisers, like for Acom I did, and we
Mhm.
did like around we donated around $11,000 from my social media page, which is Soiree of Saris.
Wow.
Because as I said, like this is a community building.
Mhm.
When we are on social media, we know each other, we know what we are doing, we are very transparent there.
Yes.
Because you cannot fake for multiple time.
Mhm.
You will be real, when you're on social media at times. People say that social media is so fake, but I don't feel that. I
Mhm.
feel like if you're genuinely doing something good, the genuinity shows.
Mhm.
It definitely shows a lot,
Yeah.
right? And that confidence you get when you're doing so good in life for
Mhm.
people,
Mhm.
that gives you motivation too. So do good, be good. That's the kindest thing we can do, right?
Yes. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you ask about the businesses, how I help the businesses.
Oh, yes. So Tima does promote other businesses, smaller sari businesses on her page. So tell us a little bit about that.
Definitely. So when I started this journey, a lot of my brands and my friends and families, they are my family now because
Mhm.
been working with them. I've been buying with them a lot.
Mhm.
And then when I used to drape a sari, they used to tell me, oh, wow, when you drape a sari, we got 15 orders. We got 10 orders of the sari. And can you just promote our sari? I was like, yeah. But you know what? I was feeling like a little awkward about it. Like, how
Mhm.
do I get paid promotions and all? But
Mhm.
then after I started doing it, they were my family. I was also a buyer from them.
Mhm.
So I promoted small businesses, and especially they are all our woman-owned businesses.
That's
So and I
important.
promoted more than 300 plus businesses on my page.
Mhm.
May it be like jewelry or
Mhm.
saris or blouses,
Mhm.
and also a lot of people who do makeup. So makeup again is a very integral part of
Of
all
course.
the social media.
Of
So
course.
I promoted a lot of makeup artists,
Mhm.
a lot of hairstylists, a
Mhm.
lot of hair designers. So all together, I almost promoted 300 plus businesses.
That's so amazing.
And it is a very good idea to connect to people.
Mhm.
And jewelers too, of course, like gold and diamond jewelry, all
Mhm.
those things too.
Mhm.
I have been promoting like a lot of photographers, because we all need photos, we all
Of
need
course.
pictures,
Of
right?
course.
So I've been promoting and not helping. They are helping me. Actually, I'm nobody to help, but they are helping me to raise all this awareness about
Mhm.
which is a good brand. Of course, some of the bakeries too, or
Mhm.
restaurants. So all these
Mhm.
things really help me to
Mhm.
help the businesses go ahead and at least have some awareness. Sometimes I want to look something and I don't know where it is. I can just go on social media, type the keyword, and I'll find the answer from there.
Of course.
So I think
Mhm.
it's a very helpful tool.
Yes, it is. It
It's
is.
very helpful
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Sometimes I use my social media like Google, like, how do I do this? Like
Yeah.
the other day I was washing my silver jewelry, right?
Hmm.
And instead of going on Google, I went on TikTok. I was like, hi, how do I clean my silver jewelry?
Yeah.
And I got a million videos.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah.
That it's great what you're doing. Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much for telling us all that, sharing your story. And keep doing what you're doing. You're helping the community so much and you're looking amazing doing it.
Thank you so much,
So
Ankita. I am more amazed by you than me, by the way. And I'm going to ask all my Instagram followers and family, like, you please follow
oh
Ankita.
my
Please
god.
subscribe to her channel, and she's doing a wonderful job. I've
Thank
seen
you.
all her past videos
Mhm.
and podcasts, and they were so incredible. I was like, a small young girl can do so much. She did mention to me that she's a kuchipudi dancer.
Yeah, I
So
am.
yeah, and tell us what you want to do in future. Like, I want to ask you one question. Like, what are your plans for future?
So no concrete plans yet, but I do hope that anything I do will give back to the community in the same way that you're doing. It's just so inspirational.
Wow, that's too good. And I heard like you do kuchipudi dancing too.
Mm-hmm.
So how long you're doing it?
Around 9 years, I think. Yes.
Wow. And are you planning for an arangetram or the last
Yes.
graduation
Hopefully,
party? You
yes.
have to call me.
Of
I'm
course.
going to wear a kanjivaram for that.
Of course.
I'm going to wear a kanjivaram
Yes.
for that.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Tima. This was an amazing conversation. I had so much fun. I hope you had fun too.
I had so much fun. I was like smiling and giggling when as soon as I
yeah, this
saw
was
you.
not fake. We genuinely enjoyed this so
yeah,
much.
definitely. And I'm
Yeah.
looking forward, and I want to do a lot of things with you, Ankita. It just
Oh
not
my
stop
God.
here,
Okay.
right? Let's do a lot of volunteering. Let's do a lot of slow fashion.
Of course,
You
yes.
know, help me out to spread the awareness about slow fashion.
I'm very
At the same
excited.
time,
Yes.
you know, let's put more positivity out there, because that's the kindest thing we can do, is be positive
Of
about
course.
life and keep
Yes.
smiling.
Yes.
She has a beautiful smile.
Oh my
so
God.
I love that. And her parents and family is so helpful.
They're so supportive.
They are
Yeah.
so supportive. So please, the one thing I definitely want to take 1 minute, please support your kids, whatever they are doing. Ankita is doing this because our wonderful family is helping her out.
Yes, that's true.
My family is helping me out, so I
Yes.
can come out
Yes.
on a morning, Sunday morning, and I can, you know, chit chat with you.
Yes.
So help your kids, help them chase their or achieve their goals and aspirations, and make all the positive changes you can do.
Yes.
Right?
Totally agree with that. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Tima. This has been amazing.
Thank you, Ankita.
Make sure you follow Tima on Instagram and subscribe to the channel. Bye,
Subscribe
guys.
to her channel.
Yes.
Yeah.